Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and in today's video we are doing the Shrine of Secrets review for the 2nd of September 2020. This is the series where we go over the Shrine of Secrets in Dead by Daylight. There's 2 killer perks and 2 survivor perks. We go over what they do, what characters they come with, if it's a killer perk, what killer's power does it work well with, and at the end I'll give my thoughts on which ones you should put your shards towards. But keep in mind, this isn't always the case, because sometimes I'll just say it's a character you can just level with blood points, or it's like it's not great. It's like it's good, but don't put your shards on it, if that makes sense. Before we get started, I do get out to school next week, so I know I haven't done any videos and I said our words, but next week I will definitely be making a commentary video on the new chapter, because that comes out next week as well. That's the Blight and Felix, as well as the massive graphic update overhaul for like Bad and Preschool and is it Family Estate. So I will make a video on that. I've got some gameplay recorded, so I'll do that when the chapter comes out. I will be getting it, I think. Yeah, other than that, I will go out to school next week, so the shrines might be slightly delayed. Like, I'd still try and do them, but I don't know if they'll always be up on the Wednesdays. But anyway, I'm going to shut up. Let's get started. First of all, we have Cruel Limits, which was once called Cruel Confinement, and I definitely prefer that name. This is a Demogorgon perk, and I don't know if we've had demos perks on here before. I think we've had Mindbreaker, and I think this has definitely come out before as well. This is a strange one. This is like a fun perk, but not like a good perk. So, every time a gen is completed, all the windows and vault locations within 24 meters of the completed gen get blocked for all survivors for the next 20 seconds. Now, tier 2, that is 25 seconds, and at tier 3, that is 30 seconds. As well as this, you see the aura of the vault locations blocked by Cruel Limits for the duration. So, oh, pardon me, I'm sorry about that. So, every time a gen is completed, any vault locations, anything like that, get blocked for 30 seconds. This is, I mean, it sounds good. It's a good concept for a perk, because it like traps them in. At the same time, I haven't used this perk very much, but when I have, it's basically done nothing, and it's basically really not helped in any way. This is especially bad if the gen is completed in like a loop where there's like 1 or 2 windows. So then basically there's like maybe 3 windows or so that get blocked, and it's basically done nothing. I will say on maps like Larry's, that main area in the middle with that gen, I guess it would be good for that, because that blocks a lot of windows, because that also counts for the upstairs bit. Also, I guess this would work with killers like Trapper and Hag, where you can try and force them to go in the direction of your traps. But again, it's maybe a bit luck oriented. It kind of depends what gens they get done. Perk combos, God, off the top of my head, maybe Bamboozle, if you want to do like an ultimate block everything build. Maybe Bitter Murmur, so you can see where they're going to run to. You can kind of predict if they're going to just try and go to a window and it doesn't do anything. I don't know. This perk is fun, because again, the concept of blocking everything around the gen for a bit is good, but like in practice using it, you'll find that most of the time it really won't help, and it's just no. 30 seconds is nice, but I don't think it's enough to use like a perk slot. SelfCare. Right, okay. Right. SelfCare. Don't bring SelfCare. I've made a video on this ages ago. SelfCare's bad. Don't use SelfCare. Right, okay. If you don't know, SelfCare unlocks the ability to heal yourself without a healing item at 50% of the normal healing speed. That's good. As in, the idea of being able to heal yourself without the need of a healing item is good. 50% healing speed though, you'll be there for a long time. The problem is, you'll use this perk, and also this can be used at any time, but you'll be wasting so much time sat in the corner of the map, wasting time and just being a nuisance, sat there just healing, and again, this takes ages. If they have Thanatophobia or Sloppy Butcher or anything like that, this will take even longer. Yeah, and even if you're mangled as well, it just is crazy. Increases the efficiency of healing item self-heal by 10%. At tier 2 this goes to 15%, and at tier 3 that's 20%. Don't use this perk. There are so much better options for healing yourself. Let's go over them. Bring a med kit. Bring just a grey med kit at least. Bond, empathy, botany knowledge, aftercare, inner strength, pharmacy. You know, just this perk. The idea, obviously, it's good. It's great being able to heal yourself without needing an item, but there are so much better options, and it's really, really inefficient. And you know, you could be using the time that you're slowly healing yourself to rescue teammates, loot a killer, do a gen, find ruin, find devour hope. But no, you're in the corner of the map just healing. We're moving on. Don't use self-care. God. Yeah, sorry about that. Anyway, next we have Windows of Opportunity. This is a Kate Denson perk. This one's good. This one is really good for beginners, but I will explain in a minute. So, this is an aura perk, and the auras of pallets, breakable walls, and vault locations get revealed to you when within a 20-meter range. And Windows of Opportunity does have a cooldown when you vault or drop a pallet during a chase. The cooldown is 30 seconds. At tier 2, that's 25 seconds, and at tier 3, that is 20 seconds. I like Kate's perks because they're kind of beginner oriented. They're not great. They're not good really, but they're good for like beginners. So this will help you learn loops, window locations, especially using it on different maps. You can get a feel for where generally everything typically is. And obviously if a killer is chasing you, this is 20-meter range, so you will have a brief few seconds to like quickly plan out where you want to vault and whatever. Again, keep in mind, once you vault or you drop a pallet, this does have a cooldown. 20 seconds isn't that long, but if you're not good at looping, or if you're injured or something, then you might be on your own for a bit. So it's not ideal to completely rely on it, but it is very good just for learning, again, vault locations, pallets. Also it mentions breakable walls, which I don't even realise, but yeah, this perk's really good. Does have the cooldown, but other than that, yeah, this is really, really good. And I kind of still use this sometimes, but you know, it's whatever. You don't get judged for it. It's just, you know, you're learning loops. Also, it's good if you're like a killer main and you want to try and start playing more Survivor. This is really good because, like, I mean, you're good at the game. But yeah, also it helps you learn killer patterns, where they're gonna go, what direction they're gonna go in certain loops and everything like that. So it's just good for information, you know. Really, really good. And finally, ironically, we also have the exact same perk but for killer. Pardon me. This is Zanshin Tactics for Oni. This is basically the same thing. Also mentions the auras are 24 meters. This one is only 20. That's interesting. Yeah. So auras of pallets, breakable walls, and vault locations are revealed to you within a 24-meter range. When a survivor is damaged, Zanshin Tactics becomes inactive for 40 seconds. Now, at tier 2, that is 35 seconds, and at tier 3, that is 30 seconds. Not much else to say. It's not... I would say it's maybe better. Actually, no. I think Windows is better just because you can learn looping a bit better. But for this one, I would say it's good, but if you're like a decent killer, or even if you're average, this won't really help you a lot, because it's just kind of like, you know, you already know everything there is to know. I guess this works well with like I'm All Ears, because you can also kind of just have the ultimate information in a chase. This perk deactivates by hitting someone, so again, you can't completely rely on it. But again, also it's just good for learning. If you'll keep getting looped on a certain bit, you can kind of see what they're doing and what windows they take and which direction they take them from. Also learn pallets, again, make sure you don't get stunned all the time, make sure you can make that hit, and good for mind games as well. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, this isn't only perk, I don't know if I mentioned that, but yeah, so that's cool. So for perks then, for shards, I will say get Windows of Opportunity for Survivor, because self-care is really inefficient, really bad, and you'll basically be a burden to your team if you keep doing this. Again, there's so many other options. There are so many better ways to get yourself healed, or even the resilience. I didn't even mention that. Just stay injured. If you have no way to heal yourself, just stay injured. You don't have to use resilience with it, but just stay injured for a bit. But just don't bring that in. But Windows is good for beginners. You can learn loops, even for like experienced players. You can learn, if you're trying to learn Survivor or learn a new tactic or something. This is very good just for having that information, having that confidence. Again, keep in mind the cooldown. But yeah, also this would work well for things like live and dance with me. I didn't mention that, but yeah. That's good. And then for killer, I would also just say Zanshin, because again, it's the same thing. It's basically just good to help learn loops and powerful things, things like that, tiles, and how the survivor slash killer is like mind gaming you and, you know, completely owning you on this. They do have cooldowns, and also don't really know why Oni's is slightly longer range. Also, I completely forgot to mention this as well. The perk open-handed also works for this, which I think increases aura reading by 8 meters. So this will actually go up to 28 meters. So that's good. That's even longer. Yeah, crawl limits is fun, and I bet you could probably try and make some combos with it, but I think as an actual strategy perk, it's very like it's like I was going to say reliable, but like sort of unreliable. It has to be very specific. Depends what gens they can get done, because it could, again, if it's that Larry's thing, it could block like 20 windows and 20 vault locations. But if it's a gen somewhere in like Rotten Fields, it'll probably block 2 or 3 windows. In 24 meter radius, it's not that bad, to be honest, but no, I wouldn't bring that in, I would say. But guys, that's going to do it for my Shrine review this week. I will get a commentary video out next week, I promise. You can hold me to that. Yeah, this is a good Shrine though. This is good. Self-care is not, but these are very good perks to have if you're learning, or if you're experienced, you're coming back to the game or something like that. But yeah. So guys, I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, thanks for watching. I haven't really got else to say, so I'll see you in the next one.